Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, yeah.
First of all, a great game by Montana. Shot the ball really well today. We were not our disruptive selves for a complete game, and we need to be that against this hot of a team. And so credit Montana, and we're going to regroup and get ready for this next week. Our kids are battling. I thought we were really well prepared, played hard, and this was Montana's night.
Okay, questions for Marah and Taylor first, please.
Taylor, of course this team came back from an early deficit against Montana the first time. Is there any recognition of just that happening again and of the ability of this team to fight back from that deficit once it happens again?
Yeah, so at our place when we were in the deficit, we obviously had our fans behind us, and here they had their fans behind them. So I think that was a big thing. Just got to keep fighting. It didn't go our way this time, but hopefully we'll see them again in the tournament.
Marah, when they're passing the ball as well as they did tonight, 18 assists, is that a matter of the shots going in and the credit with the assists, or are they moving the defense around in order to find those nice passes?
Credit to them. Like, they had us on skates a little bit out there. They were making some extra passes and some cross-court passes that we weren't necessarily there on airtime for. And they shot the ball really well doing that. And, so we kind of struggled with that.
You shared Taylor's hoping that you get to see this team again?
Yeah, I would love to, yeah.
Does this feel like an uncharacteristic performance, even though it is another game that doesn't go to play?
I felt like our effort was there, but they had the upper hand, and it seemed like they were in the driver's seat. Just it's hard to beat a team that's not missing from three, and credit to them, like, they had a great night shooting. And, yeah, we did not. So,
what did you both see out of the many freshmen that are playing this game for your team? It seems like they had some productive minutes for you.
Yeah, we just got to keep fighting 1 through 15, no matter who's suited up, who's on the bench, just staying together as a team, and I think that's what will make us finish this season strong.
I just saw a lot of heart. The growth that we've had this year with the freshman class especially has been tremendous for us. And so, yeah, we fought to the end, and that included everyone, so super proud of that group tonight.
What did they do for you guys on defense, particularly in the third quarter? I mean, you guys were hanging around for the first half, making some shots. Third quarter, but it was quite cold. What were they showing on defense?
I think they forced us to take a lot of rush shots, and it's hard to play defense the whole game, and they were really bodying us up in the post, I felt like, and that kind of made us struggle to get some catches. Obviously got to work on finishing through contact, but they were playing very physical with us, and that's something we kind of needed to pivot around and adapt to.
I feel like in the first half too, they hit some threes right off the bat. Then we started to take that away, and then they started scoring on the inside. Second half, they put it all together and were scoring inside and out, just kind of picking us apart on defense. So that's on us.
Yeah.
You have 5 games left, including 3 more on the road. What do you hope to learn from this one as you finish up?
Doesn't matter what any other team is doing, it starts with us. We got to stick together. We got to know our game plan. We got to execute for 40 minutes. It takes the whole game from all of us.
Yeah, I agree with Taylor. I think it's going to be really hard to beat us when we play our game for 40 minutes, and I don't think we did that tonight. So.
Legal tip of the day. If you have contact with law enforcement, everything you say can be used against you. Be very polite, respect the badge, and simply say, "Please let me call my attorney, Dwight Schulte."
Where they got the 2 offensive rebounds and then turned into a 3. I mean, how much you were hanging that whole time? How much do you think that was just a momentum swing?
Yeah, I mean, that's the Dahlberg factor, right? So if you give them a little bit of momentum and there's a big play, the crowd's going to recognize that. So when you call your timeout to regroup your kids, it gets even louder. So this is a great atmosphere. It's obviously when you have this rivalry game in the state, nobody has it like us. So those things are exciting, but those momentum swings are big, and we just didn't have enough today. I think it took us a long time to get any kind of steal in the second half. If we got any, we forced a lot more turnovers in the first half than we did in that second.
Do you want to see this team at 13?
I think for us, we just need to focus on ourselves, to be quite honest. We were down Ella in the second half, so we were kind of muddied up the rotation, so we certainly want to get her back in that rotation. But for us, it's a matter of moving forward and getting better, and you take whoever's next on your agenda in tournament time. So we just want to play our best basketball. And today, our best basketball did not show on getting us possessions in our favor. We didn't create more turnovers for them. Turnovers were even. Possessions on the rebounds were down. When we have success, we have possessions in our favor. I think everybody knows that our team, our identity starts with the defensive end. Montana obviously shoots the three ball very well, so there's going to get some makes there. So we've got to make up that difference in some other areas.
When they do shoot it like they did today, I mean, how much tougher does that make them, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be cold stretches, but, when your defense is not on and you make the three ball more of a rhythm look for them, we created quite a bit of that, and now credit them. They moved the ball very efficiently. I think that they knew where we were going to be attacking from to get us in some of those positions, but those extra possessions is where that does wear you down. You've got to finish that play so you don't create those second opportunities for a team that's going to spread you out.
Gina Marxen, how big of an impact do you think she makes just on the game?
Yeah, I'm like, she's an effort kid. On their side, she's our Jack, right? So everybody has that kid that's going to be kind of a heart and soul player for them. She's going to be on the floor doing those loose balls and really creates a lot of opportunities with her rebounding ability. So she's playing very well.
How big was the sequence at the end of the first quarter where you gave up a foul on the other underneath your own basket, and also it's Madison Hall's second foul?
I think that was maybe her third. No, it was her second. Yeah, so, that's on me. I was trying to see if we could get a quick steal in that moment. And, that's where, the game's been played. And so I might have disagreed with some things there. But, I'm taking a chance, so that foul's on me.
You guys didn't take a free throw until the fourth quarter. Was that something with the way your offense was going, their defense was going? How does that happen?
Well, it shouldn't happen for us. I'm like, when you look at the difference in styles for teams and for us, we've got to get to the foul line and we've got to be a lot tougher there. So I'm going to look back at some of the play calls where we're a little bit more attack minded. And part of that is they were swarming on the interior, as Marah addressed, is pretty physical inside. So there's some swarms going some inside out, but we can also be patient, have a little bit more composure there and be a little bit more intentional of trying to get ourselves there.
Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it was it was an exciting win, and we knew coming into it that we needed everybody to get that win, and we all needed to play together, play as a team, and I'm just really proud of the energy and the effort that we came out with, and just being able to finish it and play all 40 minutes, just play hard.
Yeah, it was a great team win. I think in the first half we had too many turnovers, and in the second half we really cleaned that up and played super aggressive defense and just shut them down. So it was a great overall game. We played really well together as a team, and it was just super fun.
Gina, first quarter, you hit those back-to-back threes. They got a call timeout. You guys are up like 11-2, something like that. Do you feel like those few threes kind of set the pace for the day?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it just kind of gave us confidence, and especially because I didn't really do anything to get those threes. It was my teammates that were driving, attacking, kicking it out, making the reads, making the passes and the screens. And once you get our offense and we're moving, and all 5 of us are touching the ball, and we're just getting into the flow of the game, it's really fun. Yeah, I think throughout the season, what's been one of our goals, I mean, every year, every season, is to consistently play games and play hard and be disciplined throughout not just the first quarter, 3 quarters, but all 4 quarters. And especially when teams, I mean, basketball is a game of runs, and teams are going to make shots, and you're going to have to be able to take your mistakes and take their shots and be able to flip the script and just come back and kind of just close the door on teams.
Gina, what was the prep like this week? How did it feel just kind of getting ready for this game? Because you guys executed so well from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, we know this team really well, and they know us, and so, I mean, there was a lot of focus going on throughout the entire week, especially because, only having 1 game in a week gives you a lot of time to prep, and I think anytime we come into this game, it's a great game, it's a big game, historical rivalry, and we know it takes a different type of focus to be able to pull out a win, because, I mean, it's a very tight game back and forth, but yeah, I think we did well at taking the time this week to really focus and kind of take what we needed to do.
Gina, could you talk about your defensive focus as a team in 4 quarters?
Yeah, that was one of our biggest keys, was just defense and sticking to personnel. Like I said, we know this team and they know us, and being able to take away what players want to do the most was a big key for us, and being able to shut down key players for them and make them take tough shots was really our goal.
For either of you, can you just speak about Gina Marxen today? I mean, she didn't score until the second half, but it seemed like she was affecting possessions on both ends just about every time out of the quarter.
She's unbelievable, honestly. I've never played with someone that's just so efficient as her. Like, rebounds, blocks, she's everywhere at once. And so getting to play with her this year and just look up to her, she's a great player. And so even if she's not scoring, she's affecting the game in a lot of other ways.
I'll add to that. I'm so proud of Danny. She's grown so much in the 2 years I've played with her, and when she's a threat like that offensively, I mean, it's a lot harder for teams to be able to double team and help so much. I just love when she's playing aggressive, and she does so much for our team, not only offensively, defensively, but just with her voice and her leadership. She's a really fun person to play with.
Do you guys have to pressure her a little bit to it? She's attacking the basket a lot more today than she has been. Do you guys, ask her to get on her about that?
I'd say yeah. I mean, she knows what she needs to do for the team to be successful, and she knows that it helps our offense tremendously when she's has that offensive mindset. But yeah, I mean, the coaches are always honored to be a player, and don't just look to pass, but if they're going to pressure you, then attack that pressure and do what you can.
Macey, those back-to-back threes in the 4th quarter, that was kind of the moment you guys got a 20-point lead from there. What was that like when you wanted to knock down kind of the shot that put ice on the game?
It felt good, but honestly, Mac found me at the most perfect time. Like, as she was driving, every time I opened up, she hit me right at the right time to hit them. And we've been working on the drags a lot the past few weeks, so just getting that down and our motion has been really helpful for me. So.
And your team has a lot of confidence in you to hit that shot. Mac found you, and Danny actually kind of started to turn the other way before you even released the shot, it looked like. What's it like knowing your teammates have that great confidence in you?
Yeah, I think it gives me a lot of confidence, especially as a freshman. Getting to play around teammates that just support and encourage me so well has been a huge benefit to me this year.
Gina, towards the end of the 3rd quarter, they kept hanging around, but then you guys were able to open it up, and then you had a 12-2 run to start the 4th quarter as well. What changed there? How were you guys able to sort of get some breathing?
I think our mentality changed. Montana State is a team that's never going to go away, no matter if it's a 2-point game or a 20-point game. And we just needed to get back to how we started the game and get back to our game plan and executing offensively and defensively and just being able to close the door and finish it out.
Macey, when the offense is clicking like it is, 18 assists and threes going down like they are, what's it like to come into the game like that after seeing kind of starters set the tone?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy, honestly. Everyone on our team can score and do things, so it's on offense, it's if someone else scoring, then they're doing, everyone just does their job really well, I feel like. And so even on offense, it's you can affect the game so many other ways on defense and rebounding and stuff. So I think it just gives me confidence coming in the game as a freshman.
Mason, one of the first plays of the game, the breakaway happens and Danny, gets a hand on the ball, blocks it. what was just like the vibes on the bench when that went down?
Crazy. We all love her. Like on the bench, she had like 4 blocks today, and we all just were going crazy. Like she's insanely athletic, and she's an amazing player. So it's really fun getting to cheer on.
Schulte Law Firm legal tip of the day: never consent to a search. Always inform law enforcement that they need to procure a warrant if they want to search your vehicle or your residence. One exception: if you were at the border.
Brian, some opening thoughts before we open it to questions.
Yeah, apologies for being late. We had a bunch of Lady Griz alumni, and they're more important than everybody else. So one of the reasons why I took this job is because of them. And so I think we had a good number. I don't know, there's 15 or 20 of them in our locker room. And so I just was thanking them. So I apologize for being a little bit late. But we want to make them proud, and today we made them proud. So that's the best part of this. And I think more than anything, I think for us is just continue to play the right way, and that's what we focus on all the time. And we feel like talent, top to bottom, we have enough talent to be successful if you do the right things. And it was really neat tonight in the second half, obviously, to see the defense come alive and make it really hard on them. And I think they got 21 points in the second half, something like that. But we really just played really good defense. And obviously, we are a very efficient offensive basketball team. We've been really consistently that most of the year. There's a few games here or there where we haven't been. But we wanted to attack them a little bit more than we did there when we were over in Bozeman, and I felt like we did a good job of that.
Brian, a month ago you went to Bozeman and they held you guys to one of your lowest scoring performances on the year. Today, they come to Missoula. You have 4 different ladies, hit plus 10 points. One of your best offensive performances. What was the difference?
We've grown up as a team. And credit to Montana State. Let's give them some credit here. They're long, they're athletic, and they switch everything. And so credit to them. They're a good defensive team. Like they are hard to play against because of their length, because of their how they play, how they switch. Trish does a great job, and so it's not easy. Like they have been one of the better defensive teams this year. I think some of their injuries obviously have hurt them offensively, but I think it's helped them defensively because they're longer and they're athletic all over the floor. And so credit to them. Offensively for us, it was just we know what they do. We had a little bit different plan, which I'm not going to give all the details of because we might play them again, but a little bit different plan. Just wanted to attack more into the paint, get into the paint and see out a little bit more, and created easier opportunities from the 3-point line. And tonight was not, we shot it maybe a little bit better, but we've shot the 3 really well all season.
Danny Marxen had 3 blocks in the first half alone. In the first half in general, she's just a monster performance. What did you see from her and what's going right with her?
Yeah, I mean she's coming into her own. Right? You've seen her get better and better. Danny's a special kid because she's so competitive. These guys will tell you, she wants to win all the time. This morning in shoot-around, I'll give you one story. And this morning in shoot-around, she is ahead of everybody as far as game plan, right? And so I'm there. I haven't even got to the part that she's asking. She's like, what are we doing right here? And I'm like, relax. And I called her sassy. And so the rest of the time she was sassy, right? Sassy the whole time. Like, will you stop being sassy and just listen for once? But she's just ahead of the game, and she continues to want to get better and better. And that's the goal. I mean, that's the goal for all these. This one right here works as hard as anybody. And so the defensive performance tonight and the ability to shoot the ball is not by accident. It's because of hard work. And it's the same with Danny Barge. She just, last year since we put her in the starting lineup, she's just taken off.
You guys started the second quarter on a 12-0 run, and then you also started the fourth quarter on a 10-2 run. How big of an emphasis on that this week is starting?
Quarters well. Yeah, we obviously we're up 21-6, I think, to start the game. And this is what I mean about a team maturing. It's a long season, and you learn from moments like that on the road. You obviously want to win every game. But we learned real fast. We tightened up. They made a run, which at home they're going to make a run. All of a sudden it gets 21-21, and we really tightened up and didn't play the right kind of basketball. So we've learned. I think that's the key to this whole thing, right? You get as much talent as you can, and you just keep learning and learning and learning. And we've developed a better identity offensively, and then we don't let those ebbs and flows necessarily impact us as much as we did early in the season.
I think that's one of the most complete games you guys have played.
I never feel good to be honest, you can actually, she's smiling. I never feel good. I feel like we didn't execute down. I mean, and I don't know. Did we foul? I have to look at the tape, but it felt like we gave a few fouls away down the stretch. Then I'm like, okay, keep playing, keep doing the right things over and over. But yeah, overall, I think probably one or more complete games for sure. Defensively in the second half, we made things really hard.
Brian, you take over sole position of third place. Still a lot of regular season left. Can you talk about how important that is here with a lot of games left?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we it's a good question. We're fortunate to be at home here down the stretch. We obviously go on the road next week, and then we get Eastern and Idaho here at home after that. But it's one game for us. You start looking too far ahead at all, and if you look at the scores in our league, you start looking ahead at all, and anything can happen in this league, and especially on the road or wherever. And we're really just continuing to just get better at this point. We want to play our best down the stretch. We feel like we're starting to play better. We have some people coming along. This is the kind of time, Steven, she's a perfect example. To me, she played her best game. She didn't score as many points. She loves to score, by the way, but she played by far her best defensive game of the season. It wasn't even close. She was causing havoc, making people miss all game, and so she stuck with it. There's been moments of frustration, but that's our whole team. We just want to continue to get better. Good things will happen for us if we do that.
Particularly compared to the last game, you touched on this for a second, but just how much does being at home allow you guys to keep the momentum?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we have a huge home court advantage. I mean, we ask everybody to show up, and you know, I told the Pebra last night, I'm like, these guys are fun to watch. I mean, like this is women's basketball at its finest, to be honest. I mean, we're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. Who doesn't like a 3-pointer? The crowd gets into it. Everybody gets excited. You know, you're in your own gym. You practice that all the time. And obviously, you know, on the road at different places have different challenges in our league. You go some places and nobody's there. You go to Elevation. You go to some really interesting places in the Big Sky, and so we have a huge home court advantage, and I hope that just continues to grow.
Carmen, I don't think shot it in the first half. It's the first 3-pointer, and then at the end of the third quarter, obviously the 2 huge offensive rebounds, the back-to-back layups to both quarter. How good was it to see her staying focused, staying into the game when she's not getting the ball?
Yeah, huge. We told her at halftime, I told these guys I'm proud of her because she's been a focus. She's been here a long time, and she's been a focus of this program, right? And so she's still a focus. And what I always tell them is, like, we take what the defense gives us. And so if they're going to front and they're going to help in on you, we have to see out and just make the right play. Just make the right play. We're going to try to get it inside. And you saw in the first half, we couldn't get it to her, but we did get open threes in the corners because they were helping. Second half, we did get a couple high-low plays. Danny made a couple nice passes. They weren't helping in as much. And that's what our team's about. It's a team. And that's what I told him after the game. I said, we are a team. Carmen's used to scoring this many points, but she was as valuable today on the offensive glass as she's been in I don't know how many games.
On Danny specifically, was there a push to get her to put the ball more, get to the rim more?
Yeah, we said be a player. Right? Don't stand with the ball above your head and act like you're just a passer. Like, if they're going to guard you tight, and that's what we said, listen, this team pressures. They like to pressure. They like to get out there and get up on you and try to cause havoc. Well, the best way to defeat that is to go to the rim, make them guard, make them have to make plays as you drive and see out. And that was really the difference, in my opinion, between what we've been doing against them and then today.
Coach Carmen G-Feller, you guys in the first quarter and in the second quarter as well, we're trying to feed the ball to her a lot, which sparked 3 turnovers for the Bobcats. As a coach, how do you make that decision to switch up the game plan and stop trying to feed the ball to her?
Yeah, well, turnovers suck. First, we hate turnovers, right? We're trying to win the possession battle. And so when you give the ball to the other team, they had 12 points off turnovers in the first half, and that's just not acceptable. And we knew going into the game that taking care of the ball is really important. And so, you got to cut hard, you got to post up hard, you got to throw the pass on time, you got to do those things. We made a few adjustments that have to help prevent that. I won't give you those secrets, but we made a few adjustments to help her catch it there, and obviously we didn't turn it over in the second half, only 3 times. And so that was a big difference for us in the second half.
Is it ice bath at the end? Is that right?
Yeah. You know what? The girls like just throwing water on anything and everybody. It was the whole staff. I expect to win, right? And so sometimes I'm like, we don't need a bath. We're supposed to win, right? And yet, at the same time, you want to celebrate, right? These guys have worked their butts off. They grind away. And so to have some fun, who doesn't want to have fun? Well, you'll probably see it on social media later. They had lots of fun. I literally had to change because it looked like I would have been drier jumping in a pool than I was. I think they were taking out on me, honestly, all the times I've yelled at them. I think it was just like, they just kept doing it. So, yeah, it was fun, though, in the locker room. It's great. And to celebrate with our alumni. I mean, we had, like I said, 15 or 20 came into the locker room, and they are so proud of this program. Obviously, Robin Selvig's name's on the court. I've gotten to sit down a couple times with Robin, and they're proud of what we're trying to do and trying to bring back here for the Lady Griz. This is a dominant program for many, many years, and we're doing our best to bring it back.
How does a win like that give you momentum for just the last few games of the conference season?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not too much. That's always my word. I'm like, not too high, not too low. Let's bring it back down. We're going to celebrate today. I mean, they deserve to celebrate. We all deserve to celebrate probably, but we'll go right back. We'll keep them grounded and keep them knowing that, hey, we're just continuing to improve. We've had enough heartbreak already this season and in the years since we've been here to know that, listen, you can't let up. Our seniors know. They've felt it. They've had big wins and they've had disappointing losses. And so they do a great job of leading, Gina being one of them, of being like, hey, let's focus on the things that win, and the things that win are important.
Did you get an ice bath after every win? Or?
No, yeah, there's a couple. There was one last year against Sac State when we came back from 14 down. There was one. So there have been a few that are big wins in their minds. And you know what? It's awesome if they want to celebrate.